with Aaron. These ideals can be summed up into 3 words: freedom of information. There are those who believe it is okay for some information to be free, for other information to be kept secret, or held as property of a person, government, or corporate entity. Those people are wrong. We reject those compromises to open access, as did Aaron. As a result of Aaron's work to free copious amounts of academic journals from JSTOR via MIT, he was charged with multiple felonies with a potential sentence of up to 35 years. Aaron was offered a plea bargain that would have resulted in him being labeled a felon for life, as well as essentially having to denounce his life's work by admitting guilt to a crime that he wholeheartedly did not consider a crime. Moreover, the only true crime committed here was by the Department of Justice. Congress, MIT, JSTOR, and the President of the United States for not only being passive on the issue of cybersecurity law reform, but also taking an active role in ensuring the destruction of so many bright minds and the torture that is prison. Now I ask that you let the Department of Justice know how you feel about their role in Aaron's death. Let them hear it. Nothing? Really? Fuck you! Fuck you! That's what I want to hear. Nothing? You don't give a shit? Fuck the DOJ!
Fuck the DOJ!
Fuck the DOJ! Fuck the police! That's all good.
We will not rest until these oppressive laws are amended or abolished. The CFAA and the Wire Fraud Act should not be open to misinterpretation. It is these grievous misinterpretations of the law that empower the judiciary branch of the government to pursue so-called hacktivists with sentences that would be considered harsh for some forms of murder. If the judicial system is allowing pedophiles to walk with probation, how is it even remotely possible that our nation's brightest minds are being locked away for what may as well be the rest of their lives? Aaron is not the first to commit suicide as a result of these tactics used by prosecuting attorneys and the DOJ. It is our sincerest wish that as a result of our actions, past, present, and future, that Aaron will be the last to suffer this fate. The ambiguities that exist within these laws need to be removed immediately. This is done through amendments or the complete abolishment of these laws and others like them.
It is. It is.
Currently, we call for action. Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren has proposed a bill entitled Aaron's Law, which will in fact, if passed, provide us with the progress we seek. Aaron's Law is a positive step in the right direction, and it is for these reasons that we fully support Congresswoman Lofgren in her future endeavors. We hope that through enough direct action and our support, she will be able to push this law through Congress and have it signed into law by the President himself. These goals are lofty, yet are entirely necessary, and we cannot expect to live in a future where freedom of information is not just an idea, but of a way of life. And we cannot defend those who fight for this future. Free the PayPal 14, free all political prisoners, free all anons, free all whistleblowers. Reject loudly and directly all laws, new and old, which serve to restrict our constitutional rights. If our grievances are not answered in a very real way, we'll have no choice but to continue to protest, both online and in person, until such time that we receive an answer from all branches of the U.S. government. Thank you for listening. For the record, you can call me binary. Next up to speak is Sinister, Lead Representative of Amerisec, a group that aligns strongly with our agenda of legislative reform.
Shall Shout out to Occupy World News Now and Anonymous Operations for restreaming. It's really cold out here. I'm also getting this on video in case Ustream messes up.
For the record, I'm Sinister, just a representative in a
Louder.
spaceship. There's a space. All right. Anyway, I am Sinister, just a fellow servant of the anonymous message. And I have a few words about Aaron Swartz. On November 8, 1986, Aaron Swartz was introduced to this world as we all were. He was indeed a beautiful gift to his parents and a new brother to humankind. We were blessed with a brother that was unique in most aspects of his being. And even his largest critics couldn't doubt that this young man was a prodigy in his own right. Aaron Swartz was many things: an internet activist, a software developer, a writer, and to us, he was so much more than that. He was personified ambition, and we can all learn from his example. At the age of 14, Aaron co-authored RSS 1.0. He was a student of Stanford University. He was the founder of Infogamy, which later merged with Reddit to become one of the most popular online platforms of all time. Aaron Swartz was the co-founder of Demand Progress, which encouraged people to put pressure on Congress and other leaders to make necessary provisions to our government to ensure civil liberty. Should I say that again so we can get it for the video? Aaron Swartz was the co-founder of Demand Progress, which encouraged people to put pressure on Congress and other leaders to make necessary revisions in our government to ensure our civil liberties. Aaron believed in the freedom of information, that once an idea is created, it cannot be uncreated. It is here for all of us to use and enjoy. The only ones who ever seem to complain are the ones who can't keep it for themselves. This is not to say that Aaron's own ideas were always fair and just. And in this case, many would agree that he may have crossed the line in some way. But when greed, pride, and selfishness, rear their ugly head, do you think they seek reasonable amends? No, they seek malicious vengeance. Vengeance that is dished out on a daily basis under the false guise of justice, when justice itself means fair and reasonable. In this day and age, the idea of sharing is seen as theft. In this day and age, the idea of assisting one another is considered cheating. In this day and age, the idea that one man can benefit from the idea of another man without his permission is a crime. The sharing of information is how we grow as a society. Without the sharing of resources, some thrive while others die. The prices of men pay to appease the ego of others. The prices these men pay, as far as Aaron... I'll wait for the bus. I am. That's very good. The prices these men pay to appease the ego of others is far beyond anything that resembles justice. Justice itself, once again by definition, means the quality of being fair and reasonable. To make amends for wrongdoing is fair. To make amends for wrongdoing is just. 35 years of prison time in this short life of ours should only be warranted to the worst cases of human victimization. Aaron victimized no one. Aaron hurt no one. What he did at worst was the equivalent of stealing a book from a library. If Aaron stole a book and broke the door on his way out, he owes you a book and a door. Nothing more. Not half the expected lifespan of a grown man. Carmen Ortiz said it best: stealing is stealing, just as cars are cars and people are people. Stealing is stealing. You copy my homework in class, Are you a thief who deserves to be in prison? The action is undesirable, but not criminal. The idea that private and incriminating information can be tracked, found, and released by average citizens seems to have the ones with something to hide very scared. So scared that they will publicly show the world how they can take half your life away if you even threaten their security. Where's the justice in that? Is that fair? Is that reasonable? Oh, that's right. These are just threats. These are just scare tactics to get him to agree to something he has the right not to agree with. Does a man even have the right to stand his ground? In a court of law, men are guilty until proven innocent. In actuality, clarifying, trying to help me. When you go to jail, you're guilty until proven innocent. We're not innocent until proven guilty. If they decide, or they decide right now, that they can manipulate our occurrence here, they can take me to jail. Because they say so. Not because of proven action and judgment by my peers to go to jail. Because they say so. Not up there. Does a man have the right to stand his ground? In a court of law, men are guilty until proven innocent and forced to lie about their actual crimes to avoid their entire lives being taken away. How is this fair? How is this reasonable? Bullying and harassing young men and women to plead to crimes that may or may not have been committed is criminal in and of itself. In the name of moral decency, we must stand up and say, no more!
No more!
No more!
No more!
No fucking more!
No fucking more!
You get it? I'm done with this shit! You asshole! Got one guy, he's alright though. Demand that your representatives stand behind their oaths to uphold the Constitution. Demand that justice be returned to our court systems. Demand that the bullying and torture of American citizens be done with once and for all. Gunshots. Yeah.
I'll be him.
Whoa. Amerisec is dedicated to seeing the dreams of Aaron Swartz and those who stood for his ideals come to fruition. Through unity of our voices, we will be heard all the way to the steps of the White House and beyond. We, as a people, must become a family. That doesn't... Damn it, I'm a... We as a... We as a people must become a family that does not quarrel within itself. It does not allow those that choose to do so silence our resolve. We are the people, and we have the right to assure our own freedom. We need take back nothing, we need take back nothing as
This is fucking cold.
As is cold. Alright. We need take back nothing as it was handed to us from the very beginnings of this nation. Stand together for Aaron, that he did not die in vain, that he did not sacrifice his very existence for nothing. Stand together so the dreams of those who fought and died for freedom can be realized. Stand together so that those who victimize the people of the United States will be seen as they are. True criminals. We the people are the United States of America, and we say what the moral standard is.
For some reason it's not lighting.
Not the ones who have been corrupted by greed and special interest. We the people are the United States of America, and we the people played no part in the bullying and harassment that led to the death of our brother. May God bless Aaron's family, and may Aaron Swartz rest in peace.
It's something too cold, I guess, for the lighters.
Sinister. Fuck you guys except for that one guy. He's cool. He deserves a raise. Fuck the rest of you. And you're welcome to
crashed
join
again.
us, I believe in that.
I crashed again.
I wasn't sure if I was going to share this today or not, but I wrote it up anyway. This is just a message to the people that suffer the way that Aaron did. Because I am one of those people. I wrote this on the night that I found out about Aaron's death. I'm putting this out there so others will know that they are not alone. I would be nothing other than selfish to keep this from you. As if you were a brother of mine and I held it from you, I would break. Aaron Swartz's passing was an especially powerful one to me as well. On that night, I was facing the same question, whether or not to make the decision he made. I had a full bottle of Ativan and was at a point of depression I pray the rest of you never know. I was wondering if what I stood up for was worth fighting for. I was unsure if I would ever feel comfortable enough in my own skin to live a happy life, the life I had hoped for. I thought about how easy it would be for me to just cease. I had the perfect ending. And I would have gone quietly into the night. Woohoo! Yeah, good. I would have never had to face the ones that I've hurt. I would never have to face any more of life's what-ifs. The problem is that I would have killed the wrong person, as I believe Aaron did. I cannot compare accomplishments, nor would I ever claim to know exactly what the personal issues were that drove him to do what he did. I do know that I was repeatedly victimized by the justice system, and up until earlier this month, I've never spent one day of my adult life off of state supervision. I know what it's like to have an overwhelming amount of time held over your head for a crime that was neither malicious nor held any victims. Everything that I was taught about love, community, and faith was gone the day I stepped in front of that judge. At that moment, I knew that justice was something that could only come from one man guiding another man to freedom.
Yeah, it's really fucking cold out here, so
It is very cold out here.
we're working on it. It's hard to do, fingers. I
My fingers. I can't feel my legs.
Gotta get there soon, we're talking about it. We're done after this, by the
Because
way.
we got a little help from our friends so we can do this. Anyway, I had to realize that American justice is reserved for the wealthy and politically favored. You dickheads. Can't believe I'll pay those assholes. I am not a thief, nor violent, nor even an ill-wisher of other men and women. In my life, I have been guilty of being a depressive who used substances to fill that hole in his heart. I am a weak man. I am a weak man, other than the passions I have in my heart for others. I am not a saint, nor am I a demon. I am simply a man that wishes others will never know the pain that I have gone through. Our decision to make Can I start over again?
You got it, bro. You're doing good.
I am simply a man that wishes that others will never know the pain that I've gone through, or to make the decision Aaron felt he had to make. I write this because I will sacrifice my identity, my belongings, everything up until the point of my very life, just to let any man or woman know that if they are suffering, they are not alone. I am an alcoholic. I'm an addict. I'm a sufferer of depression. I suffer from anxiety, panic attacks, and in the eyes of the liars and deceivers, I am a weak man. From fear comes courage. From pain comes tolerance. From sickness comes health. And most important, from bondage comes freedom. If I live today only to provide one other man or woman the courage to move on and not make that decision, I am a success. I send this message in hopes that we can have the courage to get to know each other without reservation and to spread love and support through our collective and to humanity abroad like a violent plague. I am there with you if you suffer. I am there with you if you have secrets. I am there with you if you are without family. I am there with you if you wish for the end. And I beg of you, all of my heart, to stay with us. We need you. I need you. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not fucking forget. Respect us. Respect us, bitches. We done?
Right on, man. Right on.
Really appreciate it.